So the next part in our class is the next concept is the selectivity concept. So selectivity is actually the ratio of mole of a particular product, which is desired product, produced to the mole of another product produced, which is undesired. So the selectivity formula is equal to selectivity is equal to mole of the desired product over mole of undesired product. So this selectivity concept is important when you have same reactant. For example, let's just say that I have A and I'm producing C, and sometimes I have the same and I'm producing D. So this is happening in the same reactor. Okay, so for example, let's say I have this. So I have input of A into my reactor, and then I have output is C and D. So why C and D is happening? Because sometimes there are different condition, different reactor setup, different catalysts, so we can produce this one. But what I want is that I want C. I don't want D. If possible, I want to convert all of my A into C. But this is what we call the desired reaction, and this is the undesired reaction or a side reaction. So when a side reaction happens and we produce the undesired product D, so we need to find what is the selectivity. So for example, I have this A produces C and A also the same amount of A will produce D. So initially, let's say I have 100 mole of A. So 100 mole of A, this 100 mole will be producing, let's say, 10 mole of C and 20 mole of D. So if I put in this value here, whereas C is my desired product, D is my undesired product, so I will have selectivity of 10 over 20, which is a small number, which is not good for me. This is not the selectivity I want. Usually selectivity, we want the value to be greater than 1. So if I find that selectivity is not good, so what I do is that sometimes I can change the reactor setup, I can change the operating condition, or I can change the catalyst, I can add in some other materials to make sure that my A is converting into C. So after I have done all these changes, I find that I'm producing 50 mole of C and only 5 mole of D. So again, if I do my selectivity, I say that it's 50 over 5. Now, I like this number because it is a big number. It is 10. So my selectivity is 10 mole of C over mole of D. So this equation is acceptable for me. This reactor setup is acceptable. So I can continue with my reaction. So that is the purpose of having this selectivity, because we want to make sure that we have more desired product as compared to undesired product. So example number 6. So this is a process where we produce carbon nanotube, but we also have a competing reaction where your ethane here, your C2H6, your ethane, it can produce either carbon nanotube. So C here is for carbon nanotube, and then O, it can produce ethylene here. Okay, so this is your desired product, this is your undesired product. So the question is saying that if you collect a total of 3 mole of hydrogen and 0.5 mole of C2H6, what is the selectivity of carbon nanotube to C2H4? So you want to find C over C2H4. You want to find whether the selectivity is good or bad. You want to find whether C is produced more or C2H4 is produced more. So if you were to look at the equation, here it says that if you have a total of 3 mole of hydrogen. So if you look at this equation here, hydrogen is produced at this part and hydrogen is produced at this part as well. So the mole of hydrogen, the total mole of hydrogen will be this mole here plus this mole here. So mole from reaction A, so let's say we name this reaction as reaction A and reaction B. So hydrogen from reaction A plus hydrogen from reaction B is equal to 3 mole. So that is the meaning of 3 mole of hydrogen. And then you have 0.5 mole of ethylene produced. So if you were to write again the C2H6, right, you'll get 2C plus 3H2, and then you also have C2H6, you'll get C2H4 plus H2. Now if you look at here, we already know, so the question is asking us to find selectivity for C over C2H4. Now we already know the mole of C2H4, which is 0.5, right? Because the question already told us 0.5 mole of C2H4 was selected. Now we want to find the mole of carbon here, the CNT. So the other information was given was that the total amount of hydrogen was 3. So if I were to find the hydrogen only produced in this reaction, I know that just now we said hydrogen from reaction A plus hydrogen from reaction B is equal to 3, right? Mole of hydrogen from reaction A plus mole hydrogen of reaction B is equal to 3. This is reaction A and this is reaction B, right? And I can find here, I know that 1 mole of C2H4 will be produced if I react 1 mole of C2H6, and I will get 1 mole of hydrogen. So since I have here 0.5 mole of C2H6, I can say that 0.5 mole of C2H6 will produce 0.5 mole of C2H4 and also 0.5 mole of hydrogen. So I know that the hydrogen here is going to be 0.5. So I can find my mole of hydrogen for reaction A is going to be equal to 3 minus 0.5. So it's going to be equal to 2.5 mole. So now I know that this is the amount of hydrogen I produce for this reaction, for reaction A. And then I can also find the amount of carbon nanotube produced based on my stoichiometric ratio. So let's say that if I have 2 mole of carbon, it is over 3 mole of hydrogen, right? Because this is my stoichiometric ratio, stoichiometric coefficient 3 and 2. But I know that the amount of hydrogen produced in this reaction is 2.5 mole of hydrogen. So I can get here it is equal to 5 over 3 mole of carbon nanotube. So now that I know that I have the mole of carbon nanotube, I can just find my selectivity as is equal to 5 over 3 divided by 0.5. So I will get an answer is around 3.33 mole of C over mole of C2H4. Okay, so that is how you find selectivity.